Right, welcome to Chapter 1, Lesson 2. This lesson is going to be on complex fractions. So again, starting a new lesson, we're going to have a little bit of vocab. This lesson only has one word, and that word is going to be complex fractions. Now, a complex fraction is a fraction with a numerator, denominator, or both that are also fractions. So I'm going to give you a few examples of these. I've got 3 of them. Now, if you notice, the numerator of this fraction is also a fraction, 3 over 4 over 10. In this one, your numerator is a whole number, your denominator is again a fraction. And the last one, you have both a numerator and a denominator that are both fractions. Okay. Now remember, a fraction is also a division problem. So this is essentially saying 3/4 divided by 10. It's also saying 1 divided by 1/2. Or 2/3 divided by 1/4. Alright, so here's our first example problem. So all we want to do is simplify 1/4 over 2. Now again, that's division. So we're going to rewrite it. 1 over 4 divided by 2. Okay? Numerator goes first. Denominator always goes second. The numerator divided by the denominator. So we got 1/4 divided by 2. Now in order to divide, we need to turn this whole number into a fraction. So the easiest way to make a whole number a fraction is to make it a fraction over 1. Give it a denominator of 1. So we're going to rewrite it. 1 over 4 divided by 2 over 1. See, all we did was take the whole number, put 1 underneath it as a denominator. Now the rule with dividing fractions is keep, change, flip. We're going to keep this fraction. We're going to change that sign, and we're going to flip that fraction. All right. So that comes out. I'm going to rewrite it. 1 over 4 multiplied by 1 over 2. Now that this is set up, you can multiply straight across. So 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 2 is 8. You can't simplify that any further, so your answer is 1 over 8. Alright, moving on. We're going to go to example 2. So in that last question, our numerator was a fraction. In this question, our denominator is going to be a fraction. So we're keeping it pretty simple to start off with. We're going to keep it at 1 divided by 1/2. So we took our numerator, divided it by our denominator. So again, we need to turn this whole number into a fraction. The easiest way to do that is give it a denominator of 1. So we'll rewrite it. 1 over 1 divided by 1 over 2. Alright, so now we got to keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Alright, so we'll rewrite it. You still have 1 over 1 multiplied by 2 over 1. Multiply straight across. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Our denominator is now 1, which means we can turn this back into a whole number of 2. And that should be your answer. A little extra help. Same type of problems that we just had. So we got 2 as our numerator and 2/3 as our denominator. So we're going to rewrite it. 2 divided by 2 over 3. So we're going to give that whole number a denominator of 1. So 2 over 1 divided by 2 over 3. We're then going to keep, change, flip. Keep, change, and flip. So we're going to keep the 2 over 1, multiply 3 over 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. So that can be simplified. 6 over 2. This is basically saying 6 divided by 2. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. That's it. Second example. Our numerator's 2 over 4. Denominator is 2. So we'll rewrite it. 2 over 4 divided by 2. Again, we want to give our whole number a denominator of 1. So we'll rewrite 2 over 4 multiplied by 1 over 2. I skipped a little bit. I gave it the denominator of 1, and I already keep, change, and flip. Right, so now I have 2 times 1 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Now that can be reduced and simplified further. You can divide both the top and bottom by 2. And that'll give you 1 over 4. All right. We're going to move on to the next example. We got example 3. So we have Josiah. He can jog 1 1/3 miles in 1/4 of an hour. So find his average. All right, so what we need to do is write a rate that compares miles to hours. Okay? So what we're going to do is rewrite it. It's 1 1/3 miles over 1/4 of an hour. So if you notice, we're bringing back unit rates, which is what we did in the last unit, or the last lesson. All right, so now we have our fraction. We need to rewrite that, just like we were doing in the last problem. So we're going to take 1 1/3 divided by 1 over 4. So we took our numerator, put it here, divided it by our denominator. Now, we need to turn this mixed number into a improper fraction. So if you have not watched the video before this, there's a quick video on improper fractions and mixed numbers that you should watch if you need a little reminder on how to do these. It'll also be posted. So let's turn this mixed number into an improper fraction. Again, we take 3, multiply it by 1, and we add 1 more. So we have 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. And we keep the denominator. So that mixed number turns into 4 over 3. All right. So from here, we can keep, change, and flip. So we'll rewrite one more time. 4 over 3 times 4 over 1. 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 1 is 3. Now we can simplify that and put it back into a mixed number. 3 goes into 16 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15, so you have 1 left over, and you keep the same denominator. So Josiah jogs at an average speed of 5 1/3 miles per hour. Forgot to add that in there. All right. Example 4. We have 2 more examples. So Tia is painting her house. She paints 34 1/2 square feet in 3/4 of an hour. At this rate, how many square feet can she paint each hour? So we need to write this ratio that compares the number of square feet to hours. So it basically tells you what's going on top, what's going on bottom. Square feet would be on top. Our square feet is 34 1/2. So we're going to rewrite the fraction, 34 1/2 feet. Our denominator is the 3/4 of an hour. We want to find out how much per hour. 3/4 hours. All right, so we'll rewrite that in a way that we understand, which is 34 1/2 divided by 3/4. So again, just like the last problem, we're going to turn that mixed number into an improper fraction. So we're going to take 2, multiply it by 34, and then add the 1. So we got 2 times 34, which is 68, plus 1 gives you 69. And you keep the denominator again. So it gives you 69/2 divided by 3/4. Okay. Now we keep change and flip. So we keep the 69/2, multiply by 4/3. Some of you might need a calculator, or you can do this math by hand. You get 69 times 4 will give you 276. 2 times 3 is 6. And you can reduce that. 276 divided by 6. If you do that by hand or by calculator, you should get a whole number of 46. And that'll be 46 square feet per hour. Pretty simple. Last one gets a little tricky. We're getting into a little bit of percentages. So on Javier's soccer team, about 33 1/3% of the players have scored a goal. Write 33 1/3% as a fraction in simplest form. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is write what number we're trying to simplify. So we're going to take 33 1/3%. Now, whenever you've got a percent that's lower than 100, we need to put it into a fraction. In order to put it into a fraction, we can do it easily by putting it over 100. So if we can rewrite that as 33 1/3 over 100. That is the same thing as 33 1/3%. It's out of 100. We're going to rewrite that so it looks a little better for us. So we have 33 1/3 divided by 100. So just like the last problem, we're going to take this mixed number and turn it into an improper fraction. So we're going to take 33 times 33, multiply it, add 1. So 3 times 33 is 99, plus 1 is 100. And we're going to keep the denominator of 3. That's still divided by 100, which we're going to give it a 1 so that we can make it into a whole number. Alright, I'm sorry, a fraction. And now we're going to keep change flip. So it'll give us 100 over 3 times 1 over 100. So when that multiplies across, you should have 100 over 300. 100 times 1 is 100. 3 times 100 is 300. So we get that. Now that can simplify. If you take 100, divide each one by 100. That should give you 1 over 3. So about 1/3 of Javier's team has scored a goal. That's how you would convert percent over into a fraction. And that sums up lesson 2. Again, you can pause this video at any time and go back to it, use it to study, and have a good rest of your day.